We've all been there. You're just sitting down to dinner or finally getting that afternoon nap and the phone rings. An unknown number flashes on your screen. Is it important? Is it an emergency? You hesitantly answer, only to be met with a robotic voice trying to sell you something you don't need. Spam calls are a frustrating part of modern life. They're more than just annoying, they're intrusive, and can even be dangerous. These unwanted interruptions aren't just a minor nuisance. They disrupt our workflow, break our concentration, and leave us feeling frustrated. Sometimes, they even lead to scams, with callers impersonating legitimate organizations to steal our personal information. But don't worry, there's hope. Thankfully, you don't have to surrender to the relentless onslaught of spam. There are practical steps you can take to fight back and regain control of your phone. This guide will equip you with the knowledge and tools to identify, block, and hopefully stop these pesky calls for good. From utilizing your phone's built-in features to exploring third-party apps and understanding the power of the Do Not Call registry, we'll cover it all. Let's reclaim our peace and quiet, one blocked call at a time. Before we start blocking, it's helpful to understand why spam calls happen in the first place. Unfortunately, there are big databases filled with our phone numbers, and they're bought and sold like valuable commodities. One major source is data breaches. When hackers target companies or organizations, they often gain access to massive amounts of personal information, including phone numbers. These stolen databases are then sold on the dark web, ending up in the hands of spammers. Another culprit is telemarketing lists. These lists are compiled from various sources, including public records, online forums, and even those sweepstakes entries you thought were harmless. While not all telemarketing calls are spam, they often use similar tactics and can be equally annoying. Finally, your online behavior plays a role. Think about all the times you've entered your phone number online, creating accounts, signing up for newsletters, or making purchases. While seemingly harmless, these actions can contribute to your number ending up on spam lists. You might be surprised to learn that your smartphone already comes equipped with tools designed to combat spam calls. Both iPhone and Android devices offer features that can help you identify and block unwanted calls. For iPhone users, the Silence Unknown Callers feature is your best friend. When activated, this feature automatically silences calls from numbers not saved in your contacts. These calls go straight to voicemail, allowing you to check later if it was something important. To enable this feature, go to Settings. Phone. Silence Unknown Callers. Android users have a similar tool at their disposal. The Caller ID and Spam Protection feature can identify potential spam calls and give you the option to block them. To activate it, open your phone app, go to Settings, Caller ID and Spam, and make sure the relevant options are turned on. These built-in features provide a valuable first line of defense against spam calls. By taking advantage of these tools, you can significantly reduce the number of unwanted interruptions to your day. Section 4. Third-party apps. Your personalized spam fighting squad. While your phone's built-in features offer a good starting point, sometimes you need extra firepower. That's where third-party spam blocking apps come in. These apps take spam protection to the next level, often with more advanced features and larger databases of known spam numbers. One popular option is Truecaller, an app that identifies and blocks spam calls and even helps you identify unknown numbers. It works by using a community-based approach, where users report spam numbers, building a vast database that benefits everyone. Another popular choice is RoboKiller, which takes a more proactive approach. Not only does it block spam calls, but it also uses answer bots to answer and waste the time of spammers, preventing them from targeting others. When choosing a third-party app, always check user ratings and reviews. Look for apps with a large user base and positive feedback, as this indicates a higher likelihood of accurate spam detection. Section 5. The Do Not Call Registry, your shield, with some holes. You've probably heard of the National Do Not Call Registry, a government-run service designed to reduce telemarketing calls. While it can be an effective tool, it's important to understand its limitations. The Do Not Call Registry primarily targets legitimate telemarketers. By registering your number, you're essentially telling these companies that you don't want to receive unsolicited calls. Legitimate companies are required to honor your request. However, the registry has its shortcomings. It doesn't stop all telemarketing calls, as some organizations are exempt from the regulations. Additionally, it does little to stop scammers and illegal robocalls, as these operations often disregard the law. Despite its limitations, registering on the Do Not Call registry is still a good idea. It can help reduce the number of telemarketing calls you receive and might discourage some less scrupulous callers. To register your number, visit don'tcall.gov. Section 6. Outsmarting spammers. Safeguarding your online presence. While blocking spam calls is crucial, preventing your number from ending up on spam lists in the first place is equally important. By adopting safe online practices, you can minimize your digital footprint and reduce the chances of being targeted by spammers. Be mindful of where you share your phone number online. Avoid entering it on public Wi-Fi networks or on websites that don't seem secure. When signing up for services or making online purchases, consider using a temporary number service. These services provide you with a temporary number that forwards calls to your real number, protecting your actual contact information. Limit the amount of personal information you share on social media platforms. Spammers often scrape data from social media profiles to build their lists. Review your privacy settings and be cautious about what information you make public. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding how spammers operate and taking proactive steps to protect your information, you can regain control of your phone and enjoy some peace and quiet.